the aim of this video is for me to share to you how I have been able to survive the last 2 years building a company while being broke, right? And this video is permits me to say it's not for every businessman or entrepreneur out there. It's basically for entrepreneurs who have identified their purpose and have decided to live in their purpose and have decided to find a livelihood in their purpose. What is the definition of purpose to start with? Right? Now you're going to learn what is the definition of purpose. You're going to learn how to find your purpose, and then I'm going to tell you how I have coped in the last 2 years building a company around my purpose and how you can do that too. Right? So Myron Golden is a guy I follow very well. His definition of purpose confirmed my definition of purpose, confirmed how I look at purpose. And he defined purpose as the intersection between passion and proficiency. Where passion meets proficiency, where proficiency meets passion, that is where purpose is. So, what is that thing that you are so passionate about? At the same time, you know it like the back of your palms. You study it without anybody forcing you to study it. You can explain it better than anyone in your circle. You know it very well. What is that thing? Is it music? Is it football? Is it pets, animals, art, cars, bikes, fitness, whatever it is? The problem is, most of us in Nigeria, in this part of the world, we find our purpose without knowing. And we don't know it because it gets dismissed so early by our parents, most especially. Right? So, this boy, he likes football. My friend, go and read your book. Right? Is it football that will feed you? Is it music that will feed you? Thank God for football and music right now that people don't blow. People, they blow for football and music. Years ago, your papa no say they play football, instead make you go read. Your papa no say they go studio, instead make you go read. You go collect beating. But now we hear parents saying, as my pikin born, I want football. My point is, your purpose can be so dismissive, so minute that you might dismiss it, right? But in that purpose is where you are destined to grow. I did talk. So, for you who have found your purpose in whatever it is, and you are now willing, you have decided to stay in that purpose and find a livelihood in that purpose. You have decided to build a company around that purpose, a business around that purpose, without any financial abilities or capabilities. How do you cope when nobody really believes in that purpose of yours? Remember that nobody will actually believe in it because it is so irrelevant and so minute that everybody will dismiss it as long as it is not something huge, right? It's not you being a doctor, it's not you being an engineer, it's not you going to school, it is not you doing all of these things that society has permitted, right? This is so minute that they look at you and say, now what you want to use chop with this? Is this what you're going to use to take care of your family? How do you cope when you're building a company? Now, in my case, I used 4 frameworks, right? that have guided me. And when I started using this framework, or when I look back and saw that, okay, this is what I have been using. It's not be saying as something you say I plan out from beginning, say okay, I'll do this, then this, or I'll do these things together. No, it was later that I looked back and this is what has helped me survive this long. And they are four, like I said earlier. Number one, the first one is the long-term lens. The truth of the matter is, if really, truly, you have identified your purpose and you have decided to function in your purpose, it is safe to say that you have been called in your purpose, right? In that purpose. And you agreeing to build a company, to build a business around that purpose, is you accepting the call to operate in that purpose. And here is how it works. Someone who has identified his purpose is a visionary. Allow me to say that. Meaning you are going to look beyond what eyes can see. It means you are going to visualize deep into the future, deep into how you want yourself to turn out to be. So much that at some point you will begin to think, say, you decrease. Like you yourself will begin to doubt yourself a little bit. Me? If you doubt yourself in that case, trust me, there is almost nobody that you're going to explain that thing to that will believe you, because even you too, the thing, they fear you. Now, when you visualize, when you go deep into the future and you visualize how the end is going to be, you visualize how the journey will be, how the obstacles that you're going to meet on the road, the blessings that you're going to meet on the road, how the journey will end, or deep, you can see it too. If you can visualize up to that, and you come back to the present, and you start to physically walk your way up, right? There is nothing physically possible except death that will stop you from attaining that thing. Because you have already gone, you have already seen how it's going to be, right? And you have decided that there is no obstacle that will stop you. So whatever the economical problem is, whatever the economical situation is, whatever the obstacle you meet on the road, from family, from friends, from government, from whatever, health, spirituality, you are going to conquer. I want you to understand that if you do not think long term, you're not going to survive the short term. It is not possible. The day that everything goes wrong in your business, that is the day that you will close shop. Right? Maybe you can decide to claim that you stay for a little bit longer, but now you are going to close shop. That is number one. Think long term. Have the long term lens. Number two is jack of all skills, master of the basics. You have no money to employ anybody as it is right now. Good afternoon, bro. Thank you.
We're not interrupting.
Actually, you are.
Okay, you're doing something.
Yes.
Content.
Now Elijah want to have been a mama. So you are at a point in your journey where you do not have the necessary resources to hire the skills that you need to grow in your company. You have to assume the position of all the positions that you need. You yourself, you're going to be the founder, which you are. You're going to be the visionary, which you are. You're going to be the CEO. You're going to be the chief of operations. You're going to be the manager. You're going to be the front desk. You're going to be the technician. In the word of the technician now, I mean you are the one that will be doing the core. In my case, I was the trainer. Right? People see me, I'll come, coach, he's a trainer, he's a coach. Oh, yes, I'm a coach, my name is Coach Dino. Right? But I stepped into that shoe because I could not hire the skill that I needed at that point in time. You're going to be the salesman, you're going to learn how to negotiate, you're going to learn graphics, you're going to learn to speak, you're going to learn everything. Now, nobody is saying that you should learn all of these things to be a world-class expert in all of these things. But you have to learn all the basics of all of these things that will kickstart the engine. You need something to kickstart the engine. Get the engine moving. Get the car moving. Take it to the fuel station and get more fuel. Right? You need to learn basic skills. At least that was what I did. Number 3, which is important, is that you need to learn business. You see, there is so much I was going to say misconception or confusion, but no, I will tell you it's ignorance. So much ignorance among so many people in the business space that they think because they are good at a certain thing, then they are going to succeed in business. Because they are good at that certain thing. Well, I do not agree. You look at most musicians that you do not know about, and look at those that you do know about. How can you look at those that you do not know about? But my point is, there are lots of musicians that you've never heard of that are way more better than the ones that you have heard of. Maybe you know some that are very good, but they've not gone past where they are. Maybe you know some artists that are very good, that have not gone past where they are. Maybe you know some footballers that are very good, that they have not gone past. Some writers, some you must have known. You may know some people that you know that, oh, this person are world class. The world deserves too. Or maybe they are even operating in the space. Maybe they even know them, but they are not profitable. They are still broke. Why? Because you knowing what you are doing, the core of what you are doing, you having that proficiency is just about 10% of what is needed for you to succeed in building a business. The other 90% is how you operate in your core business, talking about building systems, talking about sales, talking about negotiations, talking about prospecting, talking about all of these things that is required. So you need to study business. And when I say study business, I don't mean you should go to business school or go and start listening to all of these business coaches. how I studied my business. Look, I studied accounting in school. I have an MBA. I am a chartered accountant. But those won't help. Zero. It not going to help you. It will help you to manage the office. You're going to be a very good manager, right? You manage somebody's business, but building your own business, you will have to study from those people who have been where, or who are where you want to be, who have been where you are and have grown to where you want to be. You have to study people who have built businesses. You will have to read their books. You have to listen to them. You have to follow their recommendations, follow their advice. You have to learn their patterns. You have to learn their mentality. You have to study them. And if you study them, you'll get to understand so many things that you don't learn in the four walls of the university or any academic school. So if you think you can survive in business because you have gone and you've gained all the experience in the office and you've gathered all the money, and you think that, oh, now because you've gathered money and your parents used to do this when you were small and you have interest in the thing and you know how to raise chickens and you know how to do poultry because when you were growing up your parents had poultry, you love animals, and now you have money and you know how to do these things. If you think those are the things that will make you become a world class, then you are just delusional. That is what you are. Delusional. Number 4. You have to build personal credibility. This one is what will keep you alive while you operate in the other ones, while you think long term, while you build a business, while you learn your skills. Personal credibility is what will keep you going. Now, people might not believe in your vision. Yeah, it's not their fault, because maybe they haven't seen that yet. You are still building. You haven't proven it to them yet, and they don't owe you. Abina, you don't owe them. Abina. Anyways, people don't need to believe in your dream. They don't need to believe in the dream of your company, your vision, but they need to believe in you. They need to trust you. And if they do not trust you, then you will amount to nothing. You have to build a certain level of integrity. By certain level of integrity, I mean when your word becomes your bond, then everybody will rally behind you. Everybody will support you in the little way that they can. If you say A, you mean A. You're going to be there by 5:30, you be there by 5:30. You are going to do this, you do that thing. You make a promise, you fulfill that promise. Or at all, if you can't fulfill that promise, you make them know beforehand that see. You buy something on credit, you're going to pay back. As a matter of fact, see, I feel day for days, I don't see money for my account. Well, I go to chop. Yes, I go to chop. In fact, this last couple of days, not just the last 3 days, I will just go collect chop, or go this baba, collect this thing, go chop, because they know that it is me. Now, so much so that anybody I send will automatically get that credibility, right? So, however it is, I'll have fuel in me to continue chasing my dreams, right? As a matter of fact, just an example, a couple of weeks back, I think 1 month, 2 months ago, I was almost kicked out from, yeah, but I had a lot of people rally behind me, and I am still here. Why? Because personal credibility. It is not rocket science. It is not a hard thing to do. Just show up when you are supposed to show up. Shikena, that is just it. Just show up when you are supposed to show up. Don't cheat on anybody. Don't deprive anybody their rights. Don't step on anybody. Don't, just show up. Now, think long term. Have a long term lens. Learn business. Jack of all skills, master of the basics. Personal credibility. These 4 things have been the things that I personally have been using to keep myself running in these past 2 years of building the Greek God dream with little or no funds. Little or no funds. And if you do the same, it is going to work for you. It is going to work for you. So if you are building a company out of purpose, you are building a livelihood from your passion, trust me, it can be done. It just needs a lot more, a little bit more doggedness, and a little bit more time, but it will be done. And guess what? If it gets done, at the end of the day, you will become an authority in that field. Because you say now you want to go and do accounting, you want to go and do civil engineering, you want to go and do economics, you want to go and do doctor and blah blah blah. For that field, people who don't become authority for them don't already become authority. Maybe if you want to be part of the flock, fine, you can go ahead, do it. You're going to get what will sustain you. Yeah, it's fine. But if you want to become an authority in a particular field, it can be done. Follow your passion. Follow your purpose. Learn how to build a business around it. And you're good. Thank you. Okay.